up, movie fans? Welcome back to Mike and JuJu's Movie Corner, where we dive into the cinematic vault to dissect, analyze, and have a blast talking about all things film. I am your host, Mike, and joining me, as always, is the one and only co-host, JuJu.
Thank you, Mike. Hey, everyone. So, Mike, what classic movie have you picked out for us today?
All right, JuJu, you're in for a treat, man. Today, we're going back to 1984 to the hallowed halls of fictional Adams College, where the nerds are about to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Revenge of the Nerds.
Awesome. Oh, this is going to be fun. So, Mike, why did you pick this one?
Hey, it's a timeless underdog story that never gets old. Plus, who doesn't love a good 80s college romp? It's got it all. Nerds, jocks, romance, revenge, and as a young kid, my favorite scene, the panty raid. Maybe not PC today, but back then it was the 80s, y'all.
Wonderful ladies. And those nerds are so lovable. But before we dive in, let's set the scene. What's the story in a nutshell?
All right, I'm glad you asked, JuJu. The Revenge of the Nerds follows a group of socially awkward freshmen who are tired of being bullied by the jocks and the popular kids. Man, they decide to fight back by using their smarts to outwit their tormentors and win the hearts of the lovely Pi Delta Pi girls. I do love pie.
Me too. And let's not forget they're fighting for their right to be themselves and live in their own house. So, Mike, what do you think makes this movie a good movie?
Hey, for me, it's the relatable characters and the way it tackles social hierarchies. Everyone's felt like an outsider at some point. You, me, Shad. And this film, it gives you the satisfaction of watching those underdogs get their moment in the sun. Plus, it's fucking hilarious to quote.
That's right. That's right. Never underestimate the power of the nerds. So let's break it down. What are the key elements that make this movie work so well?
All right, first off, the cast. Robert Carradine is Skolnick, the ultimate nerd hero, and his transformation from Lewis in the beginning to Lewis in the end, priceless. Then there's Curtis Armstrong. Y'all know him as Booger, who really steals every scene he's in with his charm and his gross out humor.
That's right. Let's talk about the jocks, the alpha betas, especially their leader, Stan Gable, played by Ted McGinley. He's so over the top, you just love to hate him.
Hey, that's right, JuJu. And the love story between Lewis and Betty Childs, played by the beautiful Julia Montgomery. Man, it's surprisingly sweet amidst all that chaos. It's like a nerdy Romeo and Juliet in the world of pocket protectors and Greek letters.
Awesome. Speaking of chaos, the pranks are legendary. From the infamous panty raid to the food fight, this movie set the bar for the college comedies.
Hey, don't forget the Nerd's House. Try Lambda. And man, it's like a teenage boy's fantasy come true. With all the gadgets, the gizmos, it's kind of every nerd's dream of having.
And the costumes. The fashion in this film is a trip down memory lane. I mean, who could forget the iconic pocket protector and suspenders look?
Yeah, that's true. Now, let's talk about the social commentary. What do you think this film is saying about the importance of being true to yourself?
Well, it's a classic tale of not fitting in and finding your tribe. The nerds in this movie are unapologetic about who they are, and they use their smarts and creativity to win in the end. It's a great message that resonates even today.
Hey, that's right, JuJu. It's about embracing your inner nerd and not being ashamed of what makes you unique. And of course, as always, sticking together through thick and thin, y'all.
So, any favorite scenes or moments, Mike?
Man, there's a lot. The one that always cracked me up is the Lambda, Lambda, Lambda dance at the end. It's kind of like watching a bunch of dads try to be cool, but endearing way possible.
Yeah. That is a classic. And a scene where they hacked the college computer system to win the homecoming competition is pure 80s gold.
Hey, the Nerds' triumphant victory at the end is just so satisfying. It's kind of like watching David take down Goliath with a slingshot made of pure nerdiness.
Well said, Mike. Well
Thank you,
said.
thank you.
Now, before we wrap up, any modern parallels or remake potential, Mike?
I mean, definitely, the themes are still relevant today with the rise of geek culture in today's society and the ever importance of equality. But for a remake, hey, it's going to be a tough one, y'all. The original has such a cult following, but who knows, if done right, it could really be epic with today's technology and a nice, fresh cast.
Agreed. It would have to be handled with love and respect for the original. Now, any final thoughts on the Revenge of the Nerds?
Hey, it's a feel-good movie that never gets old. It's kind of like the ultimate nerd power anthem that reminds us all to be proud of who we are and never let anybody hold you down.
Couldn't have said it better, Mike. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. Don't forget to smash that like button, that subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss our next episode of Mike and JuJu's Movie Corner.
Hey, as always, don't just hit that notification bell. Make sure you go over to their house, ask them for a glass of lemonade. When they're in the kitchen, take a real quick poop break.